Welcome to Modeling Time with me, Brian Banna. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, there's a big changes coming to this project. So this is going to be a second introduction to the project. I'm not stopping the project, of course, but completely different approach and different direction. So as the title was on the last ones, or maybe not the title, but as I mentioned before, I was working on 6 Missouri Pacific GP35s. Now, as much as I like Missouri Pacific, and I've always wanted to do those 5 or 6 GP35s, it's just not my railroad to model anymore. I need to focus on what I want to accomplish for the rest of my life with modeling. I've jumped around so much, as many of you know, that I haven't really accomplished much. And I really want to develop this Cairo Port Terminal and Chicago Railroad. I really like it. I like the concept. I like the operations. I like the region that it operates in. Everything about it is what I like. I like the era that I've chosen and such. So, of course, the era is mid to late 1960s up to the Penn Central merger. So I don't model past February of 1968. So anyway, let me give you a breakdown of what's going to happen. So this build of 6 models has turned into a build of 9 models. Yes, it's quite daunting task, but if I look at it as just doing one at a time, not one all the way through at a time, but one, like the frames, work on one frame at a time, then pick the next one up and the next one, it'll go okay. Now it is going to take, or it is going to prolong this project quite a bit. And there will be times where I might take a break to work on a freight car or maybe another project just to cleanse the mind palette so that I can come back more motivated at what I'm working on here. But when I'm done with this, I'll have 3 CPT&C GP28s, 1 CPT&C GP30 Rec rebuild into a GP28. I'll have, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's 4. Let me see, I got 3 CPT&C GP28s, 1 Rec Rebuild GP28, that's 4. Then I've got 1 Pennsylvania GP35, that's 5. And then I've got 3 New York Central GP35s. So that's 4 New York Central GP35s. So that'll make 9. So 4 New York Central GP35s, a total of 4 GP28s, and 1 Pennsylvania. So that's what I'm working on. So let me see if I can show you up here. So if you look down right about there, that's all the frames taken apart and the other ones added to it and stuff. And I'm going to show you something here in a minute. So that's all the Missouri Pacific frames taken apart, and everything needs to be stripped of paint and all repainted. So 3 of the frames are done. So I have one here. This is going to be one of the New York Central GP35s. As you can see, I've got the plumbing done on the let me see if I can get that in focus. There we go. The plumbing done on the frame and stuff, and everything on the ends, and the weld seam down the center of the tank. I got that all done. So I've got that done on 3 frames. So I really have to fully build 3 more of the GP30 or 1 more of the GP28 frames. Actually, I have to build. I'm getting all confused. So anyway, 3 of the 9 frames are done. And let's see, 1, 2, and the GP30 frame is done also. This was going to be the color that I was going to do the CPT&C in when it broke away from the Penn Central merger. So this frame is all done also. So you can see there's, you know, plumbing and stuff like that on the fuel tank and the frame and stuff. So that frame's done, but these frames need to get stripped and repainted. Now the GP28 frames, I got 2 of them with the fuel tanks cut, and 1 piece of pipe on it, and the end sheets on the fuel tank and stuff. So I need to do another frame like this, and to this frame I need to add some more detail. So I've got 2 done like this. I've got to cut the 3rd one and do the detail work on that. All of them have all their decoders and power packs and all that. So that's all taken care of. I don't have to worry about that. All of them have their trucks cleaned, and I just need to strip the paint off of the trucks and gear towers and stuff like that and repaint everything. Even the stuff that's black needs to get stripped off, and I need to repaint it and stuff. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I need to catch up with stripping the frames, stripping the gear towers and the trucks and all that stuff. Actually, I'll do those after I do the frames. So let me get the frames all stripped down, and when I start detailing the frames that don't have the detail like this on them, then I will come back to the video and share with you the detail work that I'm doing and the process that I go through. So that's my major announcement, is this project is going in a completely different direction, and I'm really excited about it. I'm looking really forward to completing 9 locomotives. That'll take care of all of the GP35 modeling that I want to do for quite some time. Another project that I'll be working on, and I'll probably start a video on it when I get to it. I'm still developing some parts for it. Is an ABA set of F3s. There'll be a phase 1 F3A, a phase 1 F3B, and a phase 2 F3A. So that's the ABA set, and those will be for my Cairo Port Terminal in Chicago. They're sitting right down here. I'm developing some parts for them, but when I get to that, I'll show you that. That's not part of this one. Keep getting off on a tangent here. So again, let me catch up with what I'm doing, and these models are going to be detailed more, a lot more than what I was planning on doing. We're going to do etch steps. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to do deck plate on them or not. I kind of want to, but I don't know if I want to go that far, because I'm not going to do the handrails in brass. I'm just going to leave the handrails the way that Kato did them and stuff. So, you know, I still want to try to cut some corners in the to get these done, because if I do handrails, it's going to take even forever to do that. So it'll take long enough to just scrape the parting lines off the ones that I need to do. But so I'm not going to do brass handrails, but I will detail the pilots. I'll put etched pilot footboards on them. I'll, you know, do the sub base with the etch steps and you know, that kind of stuff. You know, the lift rings. I do the cannon fans. You know, all that kind of good detail that I like doing. So again, let me go ahead and get these frames stripped, and then we'll start building the detail back into the frames, which is going to be a little bit of a task, because I have to drill out the ends of these air reservoirs. So I have a way of doing that, and I'll show you how I do that if the fuel tanks and all that are already glued in place. So we'll take care of that. I'll go through all that stuff. All of these frames have their draft gearboxes, or the screws for the coupler draft gearboxes all filled and re-drilled, so I don't have to do any of that anymore. The only frame milling that I need to do will be to cut another one of these GP28 frames. So again, that's the project at hand. I hope you'll stick around for it. It will take a lot more months to get this done, because it's nine models. And I really want to get the 9 models done, because that's a huge amount of modeling under my belt. Then I can move on to some more fun stuff, like maybe I've got some RSD 15s I want to work on. Those are going to be CPT&C heavy switching units. I got the Brooklyn or Broadway locomotive, or Broadway Yeah, whatever. The Broadway ones. I can never remember the name. When I put to task, I can't remember the names. But I got the RSD15s there. I want to do those and put a slug in between them and stuff like that. So there's a lot more I want to do, but I really want to get this project done, out the door, so that I can just breathe a sigh of relief and have some models to run and things like that. So anyways, I hope you'll stick around, and I'm really excited about this, and I hope you guys are too.